In your opinion, who is an underrated actor? I'm going to start first. Josh Hartnett. In 1998, Josh Hartnett was in Halloween H2O. He had a very small role, but it was a role that was enough to get him cast in a lot of bigger projects. I don't watch scary movies anymore, but one of my favorites at the time was The Faculty. This was also 1998. He had a leading role, and I was obsessed with this movie. I thought the cast was so great, and it was around the time I was in high school. So, of course, this was like the it movie for all of us high school people in the 90s. The Virgin Suicides will forever be one of my favorite movies for its creativity and artistic ways. Sofia Coppola directed it. This came out in 1999. He was the main guy for Kirsten Dunst, and I loved him. I really did. This whole movie is just so very sad, but it's a great movie. But yeah, I thought Josh Hartnett was amazing in this role. In 2001, O came out, and this is actually one of my favorites as well, only because I am a huge Shakespeare fan, and this is the modern day version of Othello. I thought it was a great cast, but his role, him as a villain, so good. Here's another classic, Here on Earth. Oh my gosh, this was such a good movie. I know then I didn't cry because I didn't have a heart before I had kids, but now that I have a heart, I would bawl my eyes out. I saw this a few years ago. Of course, it made me cry, but he was so good in this role. Chris Klein drove me bananas. I loved Josh Hartnett's role so much, but it was just one of those movies that you really didn't know which way to go, honestly, but I love Josh. So one thing about me is I actually love war movies. This was not a war movie. It was a war movie intertwined with a romance, like a love triangle. Ben Affleck is just not it for me. I've never been a fan of Ben Affleck. So of course I saw it for Josh Hartnett because I love him. He also went on to do Black Hawk Down in that same year. Great movie. I thought it was a great cast. And again, I just think he's so underrated. Like, he's done some amazing films. For me, it really is hard to pinpoint a favorite because Wicker Park, ooh, that ending still gets me. Such a great movie. He actually went on to do Oppenheimer. He did Penny Dreadful, a TV show. He's done a lot of good things. And then this year he has Trap coming out with M. Night Shyamalan, which I'm curious to see. But I just think he's so underrated. I think he's a fantastic actor and he's done some amazing roles. I actually just watched an interview with him talking about the timeline of his career, and it's just very impressive. It's a very impressive interview. It's on YouTube. But dying to know, who is another actor you think is underrated? Should we check out their movie, filmography? Let's chat in the comments.